folks. This is Alan from Retired in Texas. For the past few weeks, I've been posting things on my Facebook page. I call it Sunday Reflections, where I just kind of go over whatever's crossed my mind that day or during the week and expound on it a little bit. And I've decided to start doing that on YouTube also. So this will be the first YouTube version of that. And the one I want to talk about this week is based on my favorite Bible verse. And that's Matthew 5, verse 16. Different versions will say it in different ways, but any way you say it is very clear. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. As I said, that's my favorite Bible verse. It's simple. There's no hidden meaning. There's no critical thought required to understand it. You don't have to understand what society was in the time this was written or a history of the time it was written. It's as relevant today as it ever was, and it will be relevant every day hereafter. Now what does that mean to let your light shine? Well, in Paul's letter to Colossians, he wrote, put on a heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with one another and forgiving each other. Simple. Things we should be doing every day anyway. It's quite easy for us to go around and say we believe in God, to proclaim our belief. But do we live that belief? That's the main thing. There's so many false teachings and leaders out there today, and it can be very confusing to many people who don't know Jesus Christ. And you can be a guidepost to those people. Some of the misleading people are blatantly obvious, and some are kind of hidden. They sound real nice, but they're not. There's an evilness underlying their whole being. The world is in desperate need of good role models today, and we as believers can be those role models. We can be a positive influence on somebody's life and maybe not even know it. By other people studying our actions as believers, they might come to know God. I'm sure all of us can think back on people we've met during our lives and think, well, so-and-so, thinking back on it, I never heard a cross word from him. He always had a kind word for everybody. He was always willing to help. He was just a good man. Those things can kind of gently work their way into someone's mind. And you can be a walking Bible to some people and never even know it. You don't have to be able to recite verse at a moment's notice. You don't have to have an encyclopedic knowledge of the Bible. Doesn't require any fluid speech. Certainly mine isn't. But you just have to live the Word of Christ and of God. And people will see that. You might be the only introduction some people will ever have to the Bible or to Jesus Christ. And they'll come to that simply by watching you. You're always being watched, whether you know it or not. So be a good influence whenever you can. Your faith will shine through. You might be a light to someone else's path. And it may not click with them until well down the way, and you may never know it. But God will know it. He's given us rules to live by. He watches us. He wants us to live by those rules. And if we do, we can show others those rules simply by living the life we live. Well, I hope y'all have a good week. Christmas coming up. I hope y'all have a good Christmas. I'll say a good Christmas. because we sure need to put Christ back into the holiday. And that's a whole nother episode there, but I'll leave that for a future time. If you would, folks, leave me a comment what you think about this, good or bad. You don't have to agree with everything I say. Check out my Facebook page for past postings like this. And again, let me know there what you think. Thank you so much for your time, and God bless you.